today I'm going to be doing something different, and I'm going to talk really loud because I have my light that's right here. I can try and back it up a little bit. But it's right above my camera and it has a fan in it. So today we're going to be doing something that I'm going to call technique shorts. So the gist of it is they're just going to be short little videos that okay, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to line this up here. They're just going to be short little videos that demonstrate a technique or share a product or something. So today we're going to do two. Well, like two of those things. I'm going to demonstrate a technique, but I'm also going to be sharing this product. This is a stencil by Scrapping Reflections. So if you go to her website, you can buy it. So what you need for this technique, you can use different things. I'm going to be using my brushes, but you could use the foam applicator tool, either with the flat top or the domed top. I don't have a dome one to hand right now. Or you could use the square ones, or you could use let's see if I can grab it. It's over here because I've been playing with it. I'm not going to use this because of the technique that I'm using, but if you were just using a solid color, I would recommend using this. You could use one of these. This is the Pink and Main ergonomic stencil brush. I really like it. It has its own little holder, so it can just sit on your desk. I only have one of these, but that's fine. What I'm going to be using are the Tailored Expressions. I don't know if they're called blender brushes or what have you, but I'm using the Tailored Expressions brushes. Now, for some reason, my yellow brush is missing. I don't know where it went, but it seems to be missing. So that's fun. I have all of them, so I'm using my brown brush for the yellow color. I mean, it's fine. So I do have a brush for each color. I just use them for their color family. So like this one I use dark blue and blue. This one is aqua blues, or I'm pretty sure I used it with this ink last time. Sure, it looks like it. Green, orange, pink, red, purple, and this is brown. There's a gray one also, but I haven't actually used it yet. And then there is a yellow one, like one with a yellow handle, but I don't know where mine went. Mine disappeared after we moved, and I really wish I could find some washi tape. I looked for it. I can't find it. I can't find any washi tape right now. Again, oh, I just found some. This is coffee scented washi tape. It's special. Now, I'm just using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock underneath. You can use 12 by 12, whatever. Oh, I don't think that's actually going to stick very well through the stencil. Oh, this doesn't smell like coffee. It smells like those markers that you could get when you were kids, the scented markers. I don't know if they had a name to them or not, but it smells like the chocolate one. I got this at Michael's. I was like, oh, scented coffee scented washi tape. That's cool. Doesn't smell like coffee. So today we're going to be doing ink blending. I'm going to be using Catherine Pooler colors. Let's see if I set these off to the side here. So I have red, orange, yellow, green. This green I might change out for my other green because I think that's what one I like better. Yeah, green, blue, and purple, and I might put pink at the bottom. I might not. That actually works really well for the space that's here. But anyways, I might put the pink, I might not. So we have Rockin' Red, Orange Twist, Limoncello, Grass Skirt, Something Borrowed, Royal Treatment, and Party Dress. So I'm just going to scooch these over to the side. I'm going to grab another piece of cardstock here so I don't get my hands in the ink. I do have baby wipes if I should need them, but I shouldn't. So this is all we're going to do. So what I will likely do is just show you how I do like 2 colors, and then I'll go and do it all off camera, come back and show you what I'm going to do for finishing touch. So I just take my brush and my ink and rub the brush on the ink. This ink is super pigmented, and it's like, I don't know if you can really tell, has a, oh, I almost got my finger in it. It has a foam pad to it, so it's not the felt pad like normal ink pads. This is foam, so it's like squishy. That's gonna be a lot of ink on my brush, but that's good. I'll just tap it off a little bit. And then I'm just gonna take it and like roughly, I have my ink set along the side here, going down the length of my paper, so I have a rough estimate of you know, how much space I have for each color here. If you only had a couple colors of ink, you could totally do this same technique with just like, if you had red, yellow, and blue, that's great. Like you could do the exact same thing with just 3 colors, because when you blend them in the middle, you're gonna get the other colors. I just happen to have all of the colors. And these are Catherine Pooler inks. I don't know if I mentioned that. I really like Catherine Pooler inks. Oh look, I just stuck my finger in the ink bag. I just got these recently. Well, more recently. So I am using my Tim Holtz glass mat underneath this, just because it's going to, you know, like you want to use something that you can wipe up if you need to. So now I'm going to take my orange twist color and my orange brush and do the same thing. So I load it up. I'm just going to tap the little like excess off. So I don't know if you can really see. It's a little bit off camera, I think. But there's like a blotchy spot right here. That's because I went in without tapping. Then I'm going to do the orange, and I'm going to take the orange and blend it into the red. So that's why it doesn't really matter if you allocate enough space or not, or if you have a little bit too much. When I put the brush down, I don't know if I can get this on camera. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit more. Okay, I know my camera is a little skew, but that's because I want you to see what I'm doing. So when I start circling my brush before I put it down on the paper, and then I put it down really, really lightly on the paper, so that it kind of helps to not get all of those blotchy marks. And then I'm just going to take it and blend it across that line where the red is, and then I'll even go back with my red, and same thing, like just kind of go over that line where they meet up. This red is kind of showing up a bit pink. I want it more red, so I'm actually gonna get more pigment on here and really intensify this red color, because it's kind of pink, and I don't want pink, I want red. If I wanted pink, I would use my pink. So this is all I'm going to do, literally for every color all the way down the paper. Ink blending looks really complicated, but it's really not. You just have to take your time and go back and forth, especially if you're trying to get like a really seamless blend. Now with this stencil in particular, I don't think I'm going to need a super seamless blend, because there's, just because of the nature of the stencil, there's not a whole lot of room to blend between the colors because of where the stencil is. So I'm going to do that with all the colors all the way down my 8.5 by 11 page, and I will come back and show you what we're going to do as a finishing touch. So I'm not done yet, but I just wanted to come on and point something out to you. So I'm trying to reclaim some of my yellow strip here. It kind of got taken over by all the green that I put on, which is fine. So I have ink on my brush and I'm going over the green section. Now this ink is super pigmented, so it is putting like yellow on top of the green, but I am getting green on my brush. So I'm just taking my spare sheet of paper and wiping off on it in between, just so I don't contaminate my ink pad. So if this happens to you and you're getting like a lot of, you know, like your coloring just didn't go the greatest and your one color is overtaking another, don't worry about it. Just put more on top. All you're gonna do is create a new color. So I have like this really, really yellow green going on in here, and you can see where the yellow is literally pushing the green out. Maybe not on video, but I can definitely see it when I look at it. So I just wanted to let you know that just because that happened to me, and I didn't want anybody to get concerned with it. Now, I haven't done a very good job dividing up my space. I definitely could have done a bigger yellow stripe, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to move on and continue with my ink blending. So I hope you all are continuing on with your ink blending, and I'll be back in a second. Okay. So something I'm going to try, and I will admit I haven't done it with these particular inks. So I don't know if you can see, my stencil is very rainbow. So I have a little spritzer here. So I'm going to take my there's water in here, and spray my stencil with it. And I know I'm getting it all over the background paper too, but that's fine. Then I'm going to turn my stencil upside down and stamp. So I still have my paper here. I'm just going to use it as something to press down with so my hands don't get completely soaked with color. I'm pretty sure these inks are reactive with water, but I haven't tried it myself. Oh yeah, they did react with water. So that's just using up the extra ink that was on the stencil. Apparently I didn't spritz the red section very well. So let's just give that a little bit more of a spritz. And at least give it an attempt of lining up. I will say, if you're going to do this, you'll probably get ink all over you. So just expect it. And that's kind of a cool background piece, just from what was left on my stencil. So I'm just going to take a baby wipe now and just run it over the stencil just to remove all the ink. You could also just take it to like a sink and do this, which is probably easier. Normally I put paper towel down before I do this, but oh, I do have paper towel in here. I didn't think that I did, but I do. I'm just grabbing it. It's over on my shelf. This is a lot bigger of a stencil than I normally do this with. So if you put paper towel down first and then rub through, everything that you rub through doesn't just get stuck in the background somewhere, like happened. Okay, the ink did stain my stencil a little bit, but it's not a big deal. Then I'm just gonna wipe up all my glass mat because that has ink all over it. Then take my paper towel and give it a quick dry. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our stencil and our inked background. Now you can heat set this if you want first, or whatever. The ink's not entirely dry on here, but I don't really care all that much. And I'm just going to try my very best of lining up stencil. Now, when I was putting the ink on, my paper shifted quite a bit. I did not have it very, like, it was bad. So do better than me and tack your stencil down and your paper down better than I did. So I'm going to take, oh look, I haven't even opened this yet. Knew this is, normally I use my Nuvo one, but I have no idea where I put it after the last time I used it. I need my scissors to open this. So I don't know how well this particular one is going to work. Now for the glitter, you want something that's clear. So I'm using the Stickles Moon Dust glitter, and it should work okay. You just don't want one that has a lot of pigment to it, or else you're just going to cover up everything that you did. And you are going to want a baby wipe for this part for sure, because once you smear it down, you're going to want to clean off your spatula, because you're going to pick up ink, and instead of putting it back into the container, you don't want to contaminate all the stuff that's in your container, right? So I'm going to take this, I have a glob of it on the back of my palette knife here, and I am just going to smear it over my inked background. Sometimes I do this like really how do I explain this? I'll do it like really, every single part is covered, but I don't think I'm going to do that with this stencil. I'm just going to take it down a section. That was not very much that I got out there. Now, I don't know if you have the Vicky Bouton shimmery one, like her iridescent glaze, if it would work for this or not. I'm really not sure. I will say that if you enjoy doing this, stock up on the clear glitter glaze, the glitter, because it does use quite a bit. And I will also mention that I am not using any fancy paper or anything like that. Like, there's no gesso down, there's no, like, I'm not using any watercolor paper. Oh, look, I got, like, major contamination up there. That's why I said to wipe it off before doing that. And I did get some in the pot. That's okay. I don't really care. So, if you like doing this, stock up on a bunch, because this was brand new, and I don't know if you can tell, but I used quite a lot of it. Now, it is a really small container. These Stickles ones are really tiny containers. I know that Gina K does a clear one. I don't have it. I don't know why. I have the Nuvo tonic glaze and this Stickles one, which the Stickle one, I don't know if this one has it. I don't think this one does. Some of the Stickles have like little star pieces in them. I don't think this one does though. This one just seems to have holographic glitter in it. So now I'm going to peel up the stencil, and look at how pretty it looks underneath. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go and dry this and wash my stencil off, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went over this with my heat tool a little bit. It's not dry all the way at all, but I wanted to see if I turn it towards the window, if you can see the glitter that comes off of it. So it's super glittery. Oh, that's my cat. So it's really, really glittery. I don't know how well it's going to pick it up on camera. Maybe if I turn this light on. Oh, I unplugged that light from my heat tool. I hope the glitter, oh, there, I think. Hi, Caramel. There's the glitter. So this is what, I don't know, maybe, oh, let me zoom out. I don't know, 20 minutes of ink blending followed by some glitter paste can give you. Now I will use this. I will use it on a layout. Obviously a Disney layout because it's Mickey heads. But you can do this with any stencil. You can do it with any colors too. I just chose rainbow because rainbow is fun. But you can use any colors. You can use all one color and then put glitter over the top of it. Whatever you want to do. But just try it and have fun. And I'll be back next Monday with another, hopefully quicker than this, technique video. Bye.